Hi guys, welcome back to Bunny Brick Designs. So today we're going to be working with the Curated Bead Box Persian rug. But before we get started, I kind of wanted to show you the finished Kumihimo bracelet that we did in the last video. I decided to put it on just to show you again what it looks like and the fact that you can take a chain and you don't have to you can, make it longer or shorter. But this is what it looks like on. Rather chunky bracelet. And then you've got your dangles. So you could wear your dangles in the front or dangling down the wrist. So I really like this bracelet. I'm going to take it off because I don't want it to get ruined or damaged. I just wanted to show you what it looks like on, and I never can get these off. There we go. So yeah, so glue in the ends. Looks professionally done. I still need to clip wires here, clip cords here. And actually I just use my wire cutters for that. If you have really tiny scissors, you could get in there. So I was just cutting some ends that I noticed there. So that's what it looks like on. And another fun bracelet added to my collection. All right, so I figured today we could do some designing, and I had started playing with this big crystal here to see if I could make a nice necklace, and I started coming up with this design. I really like this here. I don't know about that, so we're going to continue playing with this. I've just got it on a scrap piece of wire for now, just because I'm not sure if I need to add some more gold in here or so why don't we take a look at that on this side. So I'm going to take these off, and I wonder if adding a gold spacer to that will, and again, I am just testing here to see if I like that, and I don't, because that flares up. So let's try it this way. Do I like that? And again, I am just doing this to see about getting this focal here in the center. And actually, I like that a lot with the spacer beads there. And I may not put the spacer bead on the end there, so it's just in between. And then we'll have the little flower spacers here. I like that. That gives me what I think I want to do. And that'll be a big, fun, chunky pendant. So I think we are going to go ahead and start working on this design. And we're going to design as we go, just because I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do yet. I've got so many pretty beads that I'm just not sure. All right, so I am going to take this off of my tester, and I am going to string up, starting from the center. And then we're going to design as we go. So I need my crystal ball, and I'm going to call it my crystal ball just because that's what it reminds me of, is a crystal ball. All right, and there's the 3 on that side. I am going to put a bead stopper, if I can get it off the wire that I had here. I was working on some bracelets earlier. And then we're going to do the other side. And it's really hard to find the holes in these crackle beads. Actually, we'll turn even more light on, even though I've got plenty of light in here, just because it's really hard to see the holes sometimes because of all the cracks. But they're very pretty and fun to work with. This reminds me of apple cider. I look at things and I don't know why, but I think of food. So, you know, caramel apple cider. Maybe just because it's fall and I'm thinking fall stuff. All right, we're going to stick one of these on there. And I'm not sure if I don't like that. I think I want another one of those spacers there, just to finish it off, and then we'll add this guy on. How does that look? Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then we're going to do a pink, a copper, and a pink. Not that they're really pink, they're red marble. One of these really funky spacer beads. I have never seen beads like that. They're really fun though. And we're gonna do this side. And then we'll flip and do the other side. And again, don't be afraid to change your idea if you see something and you're like, I'm not quite sure. Throw some different beads in there. See what you think, and you know, you might find something you like better. Ooh, and I'm throwing away beads. I'll get that one later. All right. Now I'm going to cheat and grab another one of these so I have 2. And I am going to add another spacer. And one of those. A pink. A copper. And a pink. And a caramel. And throwing away beads again. Wow. All right, I gotta pick those up. Otherwise, bunnies will eat them. Oh, and I picked up a seed bead while I was at it too. Yeah. Not that you can see down here, but I have bunnies under my feet. I'll have to do another video with her. Again, still have my house guest. She's still staying in my bedroom. Bella, they call her Bitey Bella. She's been very snuggly with me. Sleeping. She actually sleeps at the foot of my bed. Alright, so that looks good. I really like that. I wish it would hang for you guys to see. That looks really fun. Now, I want to do some more to tie this in, but I don't know if I want to do 3 more or just 1. Because if I do 3 more, that's going to use up a lot of those beads, and I don't want to use a ton of those at the moment. So, let's see what 1 looks like. Just to cap it off here. Oops, that one's backwards. All right. And then what do we want to do next? Because we've got a long way to go. I have a lot of these beads here. And I have plenty of the pinks. Oops. I have plenty of those. And, well, let's do... And if you get ones like this in your kit that's stuck together, take a pair of cutters that are flush cutters and then just give it a squeeze. Not too hard because you don't want to break the beads, but that will separate the dye. All right, let's see if we do another set of these, how much we have. I do like that, but see, now it makes me want to do something different because we've just got the 1. Well, let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. I may end up doing something different. Yeah, I like that. That works. Because it's just going to tie it together, and then we're going to do a few sets of this. And then we'll see how long it is. And I always measure to myself. I know some people measure exact size in, for example, they measure the necklace is going to be 18 inches or, 19 inches or 16 inches. I, on the other hand, like to hold it up and see how it hangs on me. Just because then I can gauge what it's going to look like on people and decide whether or not it needs to be longer or shorter based on what I want it to hang like. And then I do measure for, length when I'm selling. I will measure and say, okay, this necklace is 18 inches, 18 and a half inches. If I put extender chains on things, they will, you know, vary in size a little bit. All right, we've got that side. And then we're going to do this side. I don't like that bead. I'm going to set that one aside. I think that was the one I had before that was kind of flat. All right, so now we have approximately, if I were to set this guy in here, this is approximately 7.5 on each side, so 15 inches. And it could go another, I don't know, inch on each side. So I'm thinking maybe we put another set of these on. And then that should do it for this one. I want this kind of closer to the neck because of that big, because of this, I want it to drape a certain way. Oh, get that out of there. And I will admit, these little tiny spacer beads are really hard to get a hold of. All right, that should be perfect. That is perfect. It's tight on the neck. I will probably end up putting a caramel space, like one of these here, just because I don't want it. I don't want those spacer beads to be the last bead. Or no, nope, decided not. This is going to be a shorter necklace. I want it to be more of a choker. So when it sets, and I'm going to, just so I don't drop this, just to show you, I'm going to put bead stoppers on here. So I can show you what I'm thinking for design, seeing that we're designing together. What I want is when it's sitting on the neck here, to be more of a choker type, to sit in that little divot right between your collarbones, that little soft spot in your neck, and just be sitting like that so that it is pulled aside. I think this will be good. It'll be a short choker type necklace. And apparently I have a hungry bunny who is biting at my pants right now. There you go, ma'am. All right, and now we're going to grab our crimp beads from Curated bead box. I love that they give you findings. And I contacted them recently and told them I was doing YouTube videos and asked for a link for signups, and they were gracious enough to give me a discount code for all my subscribers. If you want to sign up, you get 35% off your first box. So that code is in the description. And you know, that's great, because now you get a discount on your first bead box and you can get started. And if you like the designs that I'm making, you can bead along with me in some of the videos when you get your boxes. All right, so we are going to put the jump ring on. I've tightened up the jump ring. I am going to do this side. The first side's always the easiest. The second side, and actually, I'm going to pause you for a second. All right, so the reason why I paused the video was because I finally got some more of these in. These are wire guardians, and I haven't had any in a while. That's a rose gold. I don't want that one. I need a gold. Yep, there we go. These are great when you don't want to trust that the jump ring is going to hold on to the wire. I used to use these all the time, and then I ran out and got lazy and just started using jump rings. But this has two ends, and I don't know if I can hold that up to the camera and you can see that very well, but it's got little tubes on it, and you're going to feed your wire through the tube on one side and then through the tube, if I can see it, on the other. And when you do that, it gives you a channel, and that channel gives you a nice place you can put a jump ring on. Now, one thing I do like to do is once I've gotten my wire on, I want to squeeze this like that just to give me a nice tight fit into the crimp bead. And I'm going to make sure I pull that as tight as I can get it because I want that nested in the little channel there. I don't want it sticking out. And then we're going to do our crimp. Okay. So now, just because this is a heavy necklace and I did not want this failing because the wire ripped or split, those crystal balls, these beads here, are very heavy. Add to that all the weight of the other beads, and you get a pretty hefty necklace. All right, come on, get in there. Normally, when I'm not working on camera, I have a light with a magnifying glass off to the side right over here, and I will usually use that instead of trying to do this and not see very well. But if I did that, then I would be off camera the entire time. So, all right. So now we're in there. I am going to stick this through a few beads and start feeding this. And I don't want to pull it too tight just yet because I want to finish feeding my wire through a few more beads. I usually like to do 4 or 5, maybe 6 beads, just so I have a long enough tail that I know it's not going to come out. And I like to end usually between like this 2 bigger beads if I can. I try to avoid, seed beads unless I've got a whole chain of seed beads that I can't avoid. And again, when you're using these wire guardians, you want to make sure that when you're doing it, you get your wire guardian down as close to the, you don't want to have gaps. And this is where the tightening and pulling comes in. Now you don't want it super tight, but I also don't want it so loose that it's going to and I'm just going to crimp that a little bit and continue to tighten. And then I'm going to crimp my crimp bead there, and then we can trim. And there we go. So now we have two ends that all we have to do is add, and I'm going to add, if I can find some chain. Do I have a extender chain? Because again, this one is very tight on the neck, so you want to make sure you put an extender chain on it so that your customers, if you're selling them, can adjust for their neck. Makes it a little more versatile rather than set for one person. Now, if you're making it just for yourself, then there's no problem. Go ahead and just put your jump ring and your lobster claw on, and you're good to go. But I always like to have the ability to adjust my my necklaces. All right, and there we go. So there is using the first of the crystal balls, and I absolutely love the coloring on this. It's very, I don't know, I think of caramel and apple cider when I think of this. So there's the first one, and we are at 20. I'm going to stop the video here, and I will pick up in another one. We'll make the companion set for this. I just don't want these videos to be so long that, you know, you're sitting here watching for 2 hours. So, first one done. We'll make a bracelet and a pair of earrings for this because I absolutely love this. And I will see you in the next one.